gentleman on the panel this evening. He has done some yeoman's work. He's going to share his knowledge with you, so be respectful. We created this space so everybody can come here and learn and not feel ashamed about asking questions that you never thought you could ask a professional. So if you feel that there's a question that I want to ask it, ask away. That's what we're here for. We're here to learn. We're here to network. This isn't supposed to be stuffy. Relax, get some food, get a drink, enjoy the people around you, and make the connections. Because this is the only time we have a space to do this. We can't do this everywhere. So I want everybody to have a good time tonight. Everybody committed to having a good time tonight? All right, everybody committed to learning tonight. Get some good information. All right. Without further ado, I'm going to hand it over to my main man, the broker owner of the Ardhi Real Estate, Mr. Ryan Fagan. Give it up for Ryan, y'all. Wait, y'all had this happen. Y'all give it up for Ryan, y'all. I ain't gonna let you slack. There we go. Everybody's a suspect.
Too much attention for me. So a couple things. First, the Ardhi Real Estate Mixer, as you guys know, we've been here before, is an expression of what I think a lot of us share, is where we want to create a space that we're comfortable and bringing everyone together, building personal relationships, and then fostering relationships. Business relationships. And that's super important because, if you've been to any of the other networking events, I know I don't have a lot of fun. So we try to do something a little different, and it's an expression of Ardhi Real Estate and Drew Thompson's lending team, NFN Mortgage. And we're trying to show what we're about by creating things, by doing, rather than saying, oh, wouldn't it be great if we had X, Y, Z? We want to do the things that we think need to be done in the community. So that's really why we're here. And with that being said, people chose to donate in the donation tickets, which they're expressing their appreciation for what we're trying to do here. So I want to raise their names. Stacy Burns back there. Thank you very much. Darius Peoples. We got Matthew, oh boy, Chaco Zell.
You're in there.
Did I do good? I know the two L's is a Y. Victor Marmoleos. Right there. Victor.
Give it up for you anyway.
Okay. All right, we got Denali Holton. I'm the worst with names.
You want me to read?
Shyla Hatchett, which is she here today? I didn't see her. All right. Lena Cohen Hawkins. Thank you. Danielle Williams. She's not here today. You can take credit for that. Jose Paul.
Thanks, Jose.
Ronald Saul. Thank you. And those are all donations. I really appreciate that because we do it for the culture. Basically, me and Drew out here and Sheena, our bartender, everybody, really, we couldn't go without everybody, and so we're trying to build community, we're trying to bring people together, and again, it's a demonstration of that. If you guys didn't know, my name is Ryan Fagan. I'm the broker owner of Ardhi Real Estate. If you're a realtor, we should talk. Might be able to, improve your experience with real estate. So I'll just say that. But super happy to have Alex Vazquez here. I'm super happy because
thank you.
He has such a relatable story, and he can give you the building blocks to get into real estate investing. And so I think it's very practical information that'll be able to help everybody. So we'll do a little bit of give your background, and then we'll probably go into Q&A because I know you already got your story prepped, and he's got an amazing story. So without further ado, Alex Vazquez.
Yeah. Yes,
sir.
Yeah, this is dope, y'all. Thank y'all for coming. Listen, like I was driving here. I got emotional just because of just like everybody else. I started real estate, or even anybody that want to get into real estate, not knowing what the final thing was going to be. Me getting close to 50 doors, not knowing anything about real estate is impressive. Like every day, I still wake up not knowing what I'm doing, and still making an impact, and still buying properties, and still being active. So thank y'all for coming to hear my motherfucking story, just because it's regular, right?
So how'd you get started, I guess is probably the best way to get started.
I got started just probably like everybody else in this room thinking, right? Like whatever job y'all do, it can't be it. It couldn't be it. Like I worked for Coca-Cola for 15 years. I don't know if y'all can hear me. Can y'all hear me? Yeah. All right. I worked for Coca-Cola for 15 years, and every day I was wondering, was this it, right? And I don't know y'all profession, and y'all probably like what y'all job, what y'all do, but just to have somebody tell, 100%, just to have somebody tell me what to do for the rest of my life, and to have my alarm clock set for 3:30 for the rest of my life just didn't sit well for me. Learning real estate, start listening to a lot of podcasts, start listening to a lot of audiobooks. I took action. My wife, she went to school to be a dental hygienist. At the same time, I realized I didn't want to be a worker no more. At the same time, her going to school, she was getting her education. I started getting in real estate. Bought one property, didn't know what I was doing, went and do the same thing I did the first property, but it was the thing that I had to do to get in the game. Start buying, didn't know, didn't have an LLC. I think somebody asked me. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't think I get an LLC probably till like my 8th property, just because I was just taking action. I was just making things happen, figuring this thing out as I go. The more I bought, the more I learned, the more I connect. I got a bunch of partners here that we start working together, and now I own 48 now properties, and I retired from Coca-Cola 2 years ago. That's it.
Sir. So I guess how'd you get your first property? Like tell us the whole thing, right? Like
So, all right.
From why you wanted to the financing to kind of how you were thinking throughout the process.
Listen, I won't tell you everybody to do the way I bought a property, right? I went to the bank X amount of times and got denied X amount of times. I don't know if anybody always get encouraged and be like, man, I went to the bank and they told me no. But they told me no a couple times. And I didn't know why, right? So every time they told me, I learned something. Or why you wouldn't give me a loan for a conventional loan. Oh, because your debt to ratio, or because your credit, or because whatever, I wasn't making enough. Learned that, kept going, till one day I went and they gave me a pre-approval. After they gave me a pre-approval, I reached out to an agent, investor agent that I found out, and I made an offer. He asked me did I know what I was doing. I told him no. I bought a house. I bought a house for $36,000. I probably walked in there like 4 times, and I probably like 5 years ago now it's worth probably like 150. And that was the power of real estate. And I did that 46 times.
Yes, sir. So did you live in the property first?
No. So a lot of thing is educating, right? Learning what's the way to get into these properties. What I did was because I had a W-2 job. So if anybody got a W-2 job, please just don't think this is something that you want to just quit right away. I used that as leverage. Went to the bank knowing that I had a W-2 job, that I was proven to show that I had income. They was able to give me a conventional loan with 20% down. This is all through my own personal name. Like I said, I didn't have an LLC. I didn't even know what we was doing. All I knew that I got a pre-approval to buy a property under my personal name, put 20% down, and I think that was like $8,000 at the time. And at that time, I rented the property out for, was it $1,000? And my mortgage was like $400. And me making $600 a month, I'm gonna tell you something, right? Every time I bought a property, and this is one of the main reasons I like real estate. Every time I bought a property, I never looked at it as money. I looked at it as time, if that makes sense. So, for example, if I made $600 on that deal, cash flow, and let's say I made $300 a day in my job, I looked at it like, damn, I just took 2 days off a month, right? Because I wasn't chasing money at that time. Remember, I was I was making 6 figures at Coca-Cola while I was working a lot of hours. I just didn't want to work hours. I wanted to make money like everybody else, but not actually work, right? Just like everybody else. But every time I bought a property and any money I made, I looked at it as days off. So I wasn't chasing money, I was chasing freedom. So as I was buying them, it was constantly like, oh, I made another 300 cash flow. It's another day because every time I had a day off in my job, I felt so good. It was like a crazy feeling knowing that every time I buy a property, I was just taking days off till I had enough days that I was be able to retire.
So how'd you buy the second property? Were you just...
Same thing, the same effort, right? I bought the property, got approved, right? I remember closing the deal, getting it rented. I went to the bank again. Can I get another loan? And they gave me another loan. And then I did it again. And then, all right, this is a lot, y'all. So I just want you to understand. My job at one time, is this for my third property? They was offering me my pension. Coca-Cola, big company, bigger than all of us right now. We changed companies and they offered me a pension that was going to give me $30,000. Or in 30 years, they would have gave me $600 a month, right? Because they was telling me I can cash out at 30 or just wait for it because they wasn't going to add no more money. Meaning jobs don't give a fuck about you. They stopped my pension, they froze it, and they said, we're not adding no more to it. So now my retirement is gone. At that time, I thought instead of waiting for that $600 a month in 30 years, I took that money and bought a house cash, and now that house is probably worth $150 at this moment. But because I took action, at that time I was educating myself. I was able to take that cash, buy a property, just because I knew that was a better investment than leaving it in somebody else's hands for 30 years. So that property been making me $1,000 for the last 5 years, and I would have still been waiting 25 years to get that 600.
That boy good.
That boy good. That boy good. Nah, because you know what it is? You had to believe, right? Like, I'm telling you, if you go to work, and I'm not saying everybody hate their job. I hated my shit. Like, I hated it, like, by far. Every day I woke up, and I'm like, this can't be life. But I went with a smile on my face just because I knew if I continue to do this, it was going to help me get to the next level. And then everything I learned, I just kept going. And I bet on myself every fucking time, every time. And I know a lot of people scared, which you should be, right? Because it's a fucking, you betting your life. But I'm telling you, man, I'm a regular Camden kid with own all these properties, and I got a bunch of y'all hearing me motherfucking talk. This shit is real, man. This shit is possible.
What would you, because, the market's a little bit different. If somebody came up to you and asked you, like, how do I get my first property? What would you tell them to do?
Go to these events, right? Educate yourself, please. Like, a lot of times social media is great. I met you, I met a bunch of my partners, I met a bunch of people in here. But it's false information. Please learn, please understand, educate yourself, because when you get into this real estate shit, you can lose a lot of money and it can take you away and it'll fuck you up, right? Like I'm telling you, your first, second, third, 10th, or whatever deal can fuck you up and it can take you out of it, right? So please put yourself around people that's thinking the same way you thinking, right? Like, understand the game and take action, right? It's education and then execution, right? It's probably a lot of y'all know a lot more shit in real estate. And there's a lot of y'all probably take more action than y'all should take. Just understanding that balance. Because when you understand that balance, you start learning, especially in the field, you learn a lot more. So I would say educate yourself and then take action.
How are you finding houses now? Because you have so many, right? So what's that?
Being creative, talking, right? Stuff like this, right? Anybody selling houses in Camden, please let me know. I buy houses in Camden. But anyway, yes, it's simple, straight to the point. Talk to people, networking. And I'm going to tell y'all something about social media, which is a lot of people can use it different ways, right? And for me personally, it took my business off to the next level. And I remember one of my close friends told me, he was like, damn, man, I don't understand why you put your business on social media. And that was the dumbest shit I ever heard, right? Because right? Like if I'm going to do something, why would I not tell everybody? I tell everybody, and the more leads I get is because the more people I talk to. And then in social media, like how many people is here, I can only talk to y'all face, but on this phone right here, I can probably reach a lot more people. So I tell everybody what I do, and you know what I mean, that's how I get my leads. And then, you know, wholesalers and whatever, just connect them. But everybody should be telling people, if you're an investor, tell people you're an investor. I don't give a fuck what you do during your day, because whatever you do during your day is not going to pay you, right? Like somebody can be like, oh, like for me, I worked for Coca-Cola. Whenever I changed me saying I worked for Coca-Cola then I changed to saying I was an investor, that's what I was. Because me telling somebody I work for Coca-Cola ain't do shit, right? But if I tell you I'm an investor, the next thing you're going to be like, yo, Al do say he buy houses in Camden. Tell everybody what you doing, y'all.
So throughout your journey of buying over 40 properties, what are some things that you would have done differently, especially early on?
I love my journey, man. I love this shit. Like, cause a lot of these things help me get to the next level, right? Learning, educating myself, fucking up, right? Losing money because you're gonna learn losing money, right? Like that's a quick lesson, right? That's a quick lesson.
What's something that happened that you lost money on?
Shit, me and one of my partners right here, we lost money on some plumbing that, yeah. Anyway, I was talking about, you fucked up. So just losing our money on deals, right? Not really doing proper inspections, and, you know what I mean. But at the same time, yeah, I love it. There you go. But at the same time, I heard a nice quote that if you ain't losing money, you ain't making enough offers. So if that's part of the, you know what I mean, the journey, you got to lose some. So I mean, I don't like losing money, but at the same time, I know I'm making offers. So.
What are some things that you do differently? Yeah, I'll open up to questions after this one. What do you do differently now? Because do you think the way that you approach investing changes as you have more property?
Not really, just better system. So like I was telling one of my other guys, I want to buy more and work less, right? So the way to do that is better systems, right? Having people in place to make more offers. Do shit that I like to do, networking, talking. But the bullshit I don't like to do, I'd rather push it off. Saying we still making offers, we still buying a lot more property, but at the same time, I'm only focused on what I like to do compared to the shit that I don't. Because I don't want this to be a job, right? I left my job for this to be something that's going to make me retire. I didn't leave a 9 to 5 to create another fucking 24, you know what I mean? Because this can be a whole job. I wanted this to be as simple as it is. At the same time, me make the most money as I can.
And with that said, we'll open up to questions. So I see Garnett got a question.
Oh, we got
this is a mic. Holy
I
shit!
knew you were.
Yo, that is hilarious.
First of all, this is wild.
The thing is him being next to him at the perfect time to give him the mic. Like that is impressive.
Nah, so you know I know you a little bit, well, a lot, but you know we have talks, but I feel like your greatest strength, whether you know it or not, is like you're really good at manifesting like what you want. So I know the answer to this question, but I would like for everybody to hear it. Like, what do you do on a day to day when you don't have deals going on? You know, what's your answer to that?
I put more work, right? Like for instance, right? Like let's say I'm in a funk, right? Because right now it's been good, right? I've been buying a lot, I've been finding deals, but even when it get dry, I feel like I need to put more work. Like whenever you see more videos, it's because I'm bored, right? It's because you always working, right? Because people don't think we working outside of this, right? Like I'm on my phone making offers, connecting with people, while everybody else thinking that we just sitting on the sideline. Like I'm not lucky, y'all. Like I'm blessed by far, but lucky I put in work just like everybody else in here that got any deals. There's no luck. You was there for a reason. You put in the effort. You did the time. That's why you got these properties. So whenever I feel like I'm not doing enough, I don't even think it's deals. I feel like I'm not doing enough. Then I go attack.
So I'm gonna follow with this. Properties that you maybe you don't have the capital for at the moment, do you still go see them?
Man, listen, I'm broke every fucking time. Listen. And I'm not even being like I am negative by far, and I got people here that lend me money, lots of it, right? But the deal is what we go for, right? The money, you can find money, right? You can find money. Deals is so hard. So I go see properties that I know I'm not even gonna buy, but I'm gonna go check it out and I'm gonna make a motherfucker. Like I make offers on every property. If it's not your offer, but I'm gonna lowball the shit out of that shit. Sometimes, because sometimes even if they take my offer, it gotta be so good that somebody's gonna lend me the money. So yeah, I'm not afraid of the bread. And that being said, we need some money. So if anybody got money, we got a good deal. I'm just letting y'all know, y'all can make some bread. Throw that out. Yeah, we got deals. We just need this shit to be funded. But yeah, just work harder.
I'm cold.
Hold on, Mike. For the mic.
Yeah.
So the mic is for the camera.
It's for the camera. It's for the camera.
Oh, the mic is for the camera.
Yeah.
This is adorable.
Yeah. Nobody.
It's an adorable ass mic. So 2 questions. Do you focus on strictly turnkey properties, or do you buy?
No. So, all right, that was the first question.
Yep. And
all
then
right. So, for that one, nah, because that's not where we make our money, right? Because turnkey, now you market. Now everybody got a chance to buy. I want some fucked up shit that is going to scare half of the people that walk in it. You know what I mean? It's because that's where we make our money, because that's where we able to bring our own guys, our own crew, save on the rehab, and hopefully we make our money. If the deal makes sense, I will buy a turnkey. But our main deals is properties that we can, properties that we can put our own work, our own equity in there, and we're going to be able to build that.
all right. So I got 3 questions now. So the second question is, because I not to the volume that you do it, but I kind of do the same thing. So I'm trying to pick your brain. Second question is, do you rely on institutional rents, like let's say Section 8 HUD, PHA, stuff like that, or are you straight like private, like you advertise on like affordablehomes.com, Zillow, things like that? Like how do you kind of find your tenants?
All right, so I do shit different than I'm not, it's hard to pick and choose what I do because I'm all over the place. I got bad places and neighborhoods that I try to get Section 8, the worst, because I need guaranteed money. I ain't gonna get the best tenants.
Yeah.
But there's spots that I got to target just because they're going to fuck up my house, some of them, right?
Yeah,
but
100%.
It's guaranteed money. Then I get people that's in better places, so I reach out to better tenants. You know what I mean? So it all depends. I do have Section 8, but I usually use Section 8 just on my properties that I know I can't get the best tenants in because of the area.
Okay.
But I'm not against, I'll take Section 8 all day if they pay me right.
All right, solid. Last question. How big are you in a multifamily? And do you invest in commercial multifamily over 5, or do you think it would be better to invest in residential multifamily 4 and below?
So that's I think anybody that gets in any game at least know what you want, right? Meaning I do a lot of single family, right? I like single family because I think we get a family in there, 3 bedrooms, 1.5 bath. We get 5 years, 10 years, people that's going to stay there for a long time. We want families. Multi-units, I think you could probably create more income, within time. But I don't like the turnovers. I don't like 1 bedrooms. I don't like stuff like that just because it's a little more turnover. There's people that just deal with multi-family. There's people that, my lane was single family, and that's where I've been focused on. But if somebody got a big multi-family, we buy it. You know what I mean? We buy anything.
Gotta get the cute. Gotta get the pretty mic.
Yeah.
Why am I running like that?
So my question is, let's say you get the property, right? And it's totally messed up and you got to repair it. Like when you did your first one, how were you able to find like the contractors? Because
Scary as shit. Scary as fuck. Like scary as like. So when I started, I was just buying like regular lipstick, Joe, because the competition wasn't like it is now, right? So let's say somebody's selling a property. It was probably me and another investor. Somebody put something on the market now. It's like 20 of them, right? So we have to buy the worst property just because that's the only way to buy them now, right? It's scary every time. I don't like. I'm way more educated on stuff I need to look at. But contractors are assholes, right? And I'm sorry for any contractors here. I apologize. I mean, I really shout out to like. There's a lot of them. Some of them is great, right? Some of them is great, but it's a game of not knowing too. You know what I mean? Hopefully, you build a relationship with your contractors. Write shit down and don't overpay ahead of time because that's how people get burnt. But the best deals are the worst ones. So don't be discouraged with those because that's where you're going to get the most money at the end. It's just getting good people to make sure they fix it the right way.
Okay. Thank you.
I need all the stuff.
My question is do you just have one LLC or do you have multiple LLCs for these properties?
So, like I said, when I started, I had 0 LLCs, right? Just because I didn't know a lot about that. I have mine, which is the ones I have, but then I got a bunch of partners that we have a bunch of LLCs. I had some partners that we have, let's say 5 properties on one LLC. Then I got another partner, we got an LLC for each property. I don't know what makes sense. They all work. It's just what, like, yeah, because I'm saying there's a lot of shit I don't fucking know. I'm just here that, like, I don't think one is worse than the other. It's just what works for you. Like, when my guy got the ones that we all have separate LLCs, I don't think it makes sense, but that's what works for us at that time. I don't think it matters. It's just more or less what your accountant thinks works for you. So,
Okay.
or you can put it in your personal name. I got a bunch of my personal name also.
Brother Sean.
Yeah, appreciate you. Okay, so you were saying that you guys made some inspection mistakes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm the only inspector in the room. So
Yeah.
let's go into a little bit more about that. What kind of mistakes was happening?
See,
I want to hear this.
all right, so that the time that inspection thing happens, I get it, right? But at a market at where we at, we buy as is, right? So to be creative, your deal makes a lot more sense where your offer is as is, right? We don't tend to make inspections no more. Years ago, you can have, it's not like we buying for our own, right? Like a home for us, our primary. This is all investments. All these houses is fucked up. So when we make offers, it's without inspection. You know what I mean? So that time, we just got hit just because it wasn't even the inspection. It was kind of our contractor fucked us up. You know what I mean? Should have did something but I buy every property. I buy properties that I haven't even seen yet. But because I'm in a position. But yeah, I don't do inspections. I think everybody should do inspections. But where I'm at now, I buy as is just because that offer sound a lot better than if somebody be like, oh, I buy that house with an inspection and I'm like, I buy it tomorrow as is. So that's how we can get, we can be aggressive as buyers.
Your fingers on the something.
Oh,
I
okay.
think that's why I was doing that. Maybe.
But real quick, if you ever have a deal where you need an inspector, I'm gonna buy it as is.
Yeah.
Call me. I'll probably do an inspection that same day.
All right, cool. I like that. And your name is? Michael. Cool.
Michael Shine from Shining Suns. I'm his representative.
And
Same day, I love it.
we'll take like 2 more questions, but Alex is going to be here, so if you have very specific questions, that's the real point of this, right? If you need to know this very specific thing in this situation, I got a question. You got people here to talk to about that kind of stuff. You got lenders here, you got Alex here, you got me, you got real estate people, you got everybody here, so you can ask, because you could Google anything, right? But Google going to give you the generic answer. You'll get the real answers here, so you know, after we break up, everyone will still be here. You can ask questions. But go ahead.
You need the mic,
Oh,
player.
yeah. I'm messing up. They give me this drink.
All right, so
No, he came from Philly all the way to come to see me, man. Shout out to my homie.
thank you.
Big wholesaler too. I mean, everywhere. Hopefully, he find me a deal soon.
All right, so you know, bro. So I wholesale, right?
Yes.
All right, so when I first started wholesaling, let me ask you first, what kind of loan did you grab your first property with?
It was a conventional loan under my personal name. Remember, I tell you I had a W-2 job, so I was able to use my W-2 job with the bank because I had proof of income. That's why they gave me a conventional loan under my personal name. It wasn't under the LLC. It was under my personal name.
Me, I took what you said a little bit too serious. I quit my job a long time ago.
My bad. Did it help? Yeah. He said, yeah. I ain't my fault. Yeah.
I quit my job and I just started wholesaling full time, right? And then it started working, right? And then shit started working. I want to buy a property, and then I'm going for a conventional loan. And yeah, I'm wholesaling. I made X amount of dollars, but I don't got 2 years of income.
So
You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. So
a lot of what
so my question my question really was like, what would you recommend to somebody who doesn't have no W-2s?
That's where I'm at now, right? I don't have a job, so I'm not.
But you've been doing this so long,
they don't
you
give
got collateral though.
All right, so what are you talking about before you buy the property? You need the lender.
Yeah, you're first. Like I'm partnered on other stuff, so I got shit off the strength of other people and they credit and they collateral. But like if I want to go get my own hard money loan right now, if I want to go get my own FHA loan right now, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, there you go. Yeah. So yeah, I think I think the deal is what we get money, like we get lenders.
It's based off the deal, right?
Yeah, it's based on the deal. So I don't think you not having your W-2 mess you up. Like for me, I think I can get money anytime now. And I don't even think it is the experience a little bit because the more you buy, the more the lenders. But you can start somewhere. You know what I mean? You're probably going to pay a little higher interest rate, but at least you're going to get your foot in the door. You know what I'm saying?
There's a couple solutions to that. Drew Thompson, our co-sponsor here, is a lender. So the DSCR loan.
Yeah, so answer to your question, quick solution. Was anybody here at the last mixer? Anybody? So we had a really good, again, just like, the gentleman here now, Alex giving us tons of information. But he was talking about how he got started into, again, the business and everything like that. And one of the loans that is pretty popular, one is a fix and flip. And most hard money lenders, if you don't have, again, skin in the game, they're not going to lend to you. But again, like I said, it depends on the deal. So there are lenders out there that will grant you a loan based off of you having your ducks in a row. So they don't care about your credit. They don't care about, how much money you make. They want to see that do you have the investment up front.
DSCR loans, ain't those mostly for like multi-families, 3-4 units?
Nah, you can use DSCR for single family. You can use DSCR for blanket loans. You can use DSCR for any type of property that you have out there. So even, again, if you're looking at just a plot of land, they have DSCR loans available for that. And then again, if you're just looking to build up from the ground up, as long as you have your down payment and the closing costs, if you have your ducks in a row and you have a plan set out, that lender's going to lend with you because it makes sense. If the deal makes sense, they want to make money. So they're going to give you your statute of limitations. They're going to say, hey, we're going to lend you this money out for 12 months. Get your project done. It looks like you have your stuff set up. If you don't get your project done, you're going to be in, hot water. But you got to have your ducks in a row. So if you're just starting out, there are ways to, again, be able to obtain those type of loans. You just got to have your down payment, and you have to have your plan in place. You got to have your contractors. You got to have, again, your architect if you're doing a rebuild or something like that. You got to have, again, a plan, or these people aren't going to lend to you. You can't just go up to somebody and say, hey, give me $500,000 because you like me. They're not going to do it.
In that vein, last resort, you could do hard money. If it's a real deal, there's a hard money lender that'll give you money.
My plan is because, like, in Philly,
let's go.
It's like $100,000 plus.
Where?
Cause I just sold deals in like Cleveland and stuff. I was thinking like go ahead, like Cleveland, Camden, Trenton, you get properties for under like 30 grand, 40 grand, stuff like that.
30.
Yeah, not anymore, right?
You got any price for 30? No.
That's a
Bro, I get deals.
Yeah.
I need deals, holla.
You bought deals in Philly?
But no, that's what I'm saying. Like if I grab something for like 30 grand and just use that and get a construction loan and just for my next deal, now I got collateral. I'm thinking like it's like starting off and grabbing out.
If you have a real deal, hard.
Yeah, people lend you, bro.
Collab. If you have a plan, if you got a plan in place and you have your people and your team in place, and you have,
I got everything, bro. I got contractors.
then it's easy money. If you have the
The
capital
deal, yeah,
like
the
that,
deal.
we can get it done.
So I just wanted to add something to what Drew said. Your down payment for these hard money loans, you got your down payment, you got your closing costs. You also have your monthly payment. It might sound silly, but people are not saying monthly payment because if you're doing a construction holdback, they're going to hold back, let's say $70,000 of your money, but every time they cut you a check for the work that you got done, you're going to have to pay more per month because you borrow on that money. So it's your down payment, it's your closing costs, and it's your monthly payment. Because if you didn't factor in your monthly payment, you're going to be bleeding $800 or $900, maybe $1,100, depending on how much they actually let you borrow, right? So consider that. Second thing, if you're having a problem finding contractors, this is what I did. I went on this thing called BuildZoom. It does cost to find contractors, but all the contractors are licensed, insured, and most of them are bonded, which means that they guarantee the work that they're doing with an insurance policy against their company. So BuildZoom, you can write that down. They give you up to 5 contractors to meet. And if you don't like those 5, they give you another 5, right? They can be a little bit more expensive, but it kind of makes sense to pay a little bit more to get the job done right than be chasing people down for the $10,000 that you gave them and nothing has gotten done yet. So I'm just kind of throwing that out there. Follow for more.
One more question. Did you have one? Last question. No. Last one.
Any questions? Any questions?
I'll make a statement.
Okay. We'll leave on a statement.
Hi.
Well, we won't leave. We'll go back to.
So what I've learned, and I've known Ala a long time. I sold Al's 10th house. Now he has 46.
Yeah, shout out to that.
Hey.
Shout out to my homie.
But okay, hey girl.
Yo, 10 and 11 right there, y'all.
Now I'm a private lender. Hey, okay.
Yeah, we still making money together.
Right, yes. But what I've learned is that either you're going to do things right the first time or you're going to do it right the second time, right? So in my journey, I followed a journey just like him. Like started off buying up, I took a pension loan, all kinds of things. And then when I went to go get like hard money, they're like, oh, do you have an LLC? Yes, I do. But I realized my LLC wasn't structured right. So one piece of advice I can give people to take away from this is do that ish right. Like, right? When you start your LLC, make sure you're doing it right.
Hold it down, please.
Make sure you're starting it right. Make sure you have like all of your things in place, your operational agreement, like things like that. Because a lot of times one thing we get caught up with is not doing it ish right. And then people look at us like, you have no idea what the hell you're doing. I'm not about to loan you like $100,000, right? So like take the time to like meet people, take the time to connect with people who know how to do it. Take the time to like do your stuff right and learn. Go on Google University, YouTube University, meet people who literally know how to structure your business right. Because we're out there going to banks, and it's not just about like it's about walking into banks saying, hey, I'm worthy of it. I got like 100 properties, like right. But the people that we see a lot of times is our counterparts who do it right and who have all of these millions of dollars of net worth is because they knew somebody who can teach them the right way and who can structure their business right. It's okay to be out in these streets and start right, but at some point in time, you got to know better and then you got to do better. Like, right? Structure your stuff right, learn how to do it right, connect with the right people. You got all kinds of people. You got lenders, business owners. I do business. I'm real estate. We got all kinds of people who can teach you, who you can connect with to like literally do it right. We don't have to, we started out there. I started out, my first property was crazy, right? But we literally do not have to stay there. We should be on these yachts. We should be owning these buildings. We should be in islands. We should literally be quitting our jobs and making them optional.
Yeah, so
right? So it's just a takeaway because
Yep.
I see all
Nah.
this here and I'm like,
Nah.
I'm loving this
Nah,
camaraderie,
look.
but just
Yo,
do it. Like,
So real quick before, this is shout out to Ryan. You know what I mean, for him setting this thing up because this is what we need, right? We need people like us that's connected, that's learning, that's trying to build. If we build our own community with a bunch of smart people just like we are, we untouchable just like everybody else. So that's why when he asked me to speak, I love this. I will always give information, any education that I have, because if I learn something and I can run a play and I can teach anybody here to run a play, just the same way y'all can teach me how to run a play and we can all make money, why not, right? And then we all tend to start looking alike, why not, right? So shout out to you for having this event, man. Thank you for having me, man. So, I love it.
I'm giving this to.
I feel like everybody said everything, and give it up for everybody.
Hold
All the above.
What do we got?
Yeah.
Now y'all heard all that good information tonight. You heard my sis preaching over here about we should be owning buildings and everything else like that. I challenge everybody here tonight. I leave here with 2 people's contact information that you didn't know before you came here. That's the purpose of this.
Okay, you doing it.
Put my social media in here.